Today I'm going to show you the two different methods that I use the most when I actually play. I've done this one on the channel before, and it's a double dozen strategy that I really like. I've been playing it and I'm at plus 100. I'm just going to restart it here so we can do it from the scratch. All right, so you pick two of the dozens, or you can do the columns as well, and you just put an even bet on both of them and go. And so when you hit, what we like to do in this strategy is do the last to hit and the furthest to hit next. And we're just going to play this out. I've played this a few times on this channel, and it usually works really well. So right now we're up $20 using this method. I'm doing $10 units for this one, but normally I do $1 units when I do it on my own. And just keep in mind, it does take a little bit longer when you're doing it in person. And I'm going to recommend to you when I would get out if it were me. I like to get around 50 to 100 a day when I play it. And, you know, I just hit 50. I just been doing it for 2 minutes and I'm already at $50 with this method. I would be out. Like anything on roulette, sometimes it just disappears on you and you don't have time to recover, or it's too hard. But you know what? We're here. We're at 50. We're going to keep it going. I just also wanted to take the time to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed. And I hope that you continue. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, so we lost. So here's what we do when we lose. Last to hit, furthest away is furthest away was the first one, and then double twice, and then we try it again. See, this is why sometimes the strategy doesn't work well, but when it does, look, we're up 80 now. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to stop asking for subscribers once we hit that 1,000, but I would love for you to be part of what we're doing here on Roulette Strategy King. And then we're going to do so many more things once we get this channel monetized. I can't wait. All right. So as you see, we're at 100. This is where I would recommend to get out. $100, go. Because if the longer you keep playing roulette, it's rigged that you're going to lose. But for fun, we're going to keep this going for 15 minutes. We're going to see how long we do. And just keep in mind what you do with the strategy is when you hit, or when it hits, you do the last and the furthest. So the furthest is this one, or the middle. And when you miss, I double it twice and go again. And there we go. So now we're at 120. So the first and the furthest. If that makes sense. Do you understand? And we're just going to keep playing the strategy to see how we do. First and furthest again, and see what we can rack up in these 15 minutes. Every time I play this, I have really good luck with it, and it's one of my favorite strategies, and I play this. This is my go-to, and there's another one that's my go-to as well that I can't wait to show you that works really well. And I usually play the dozens, but the columns work really well as well. So double twice. I really enjoy both. I mean, see there, and now we lost. So that's the problem. So what happens is when I get 2 losses in a row, I cut my losses and I just start over. I'm going to go switch over to the columns. I don't like to keep chasing them. And sometimes when you lose, there's no recovery. You just got to keep it going. So that's what I do. All right. So we're going to start in the columns. So there we go. We hit. With the columns, I like to do the same thing, first and last to hit. So there we go. There's another win. We're going to do it again. And there's a loss. So what happens when I get a loss is boom, boom, and I double it twice. And remember, if we get 2 losses in a row, we're out. But see, we didn't, so we're good. And you can keep moving it around and switching it. Sometimes I like to do the columns because I like that it covers all the lower numbers, because I hate when I do it and I lose to a lower number. But maybe that's just me. maybe I'm weird. All right. And there we go. So we're at 110 so far with this strategy. And we're 10 minutes left on the clock, which is pretty cool. Last to hit, furthest. Let's do it again. There we go. So we hit in the middle. So last to hit, furthest, and then double it twice. And remember, if you're doing this with $1 units, it's a lot different than doing the $10 ones. The $10 ones, you're going to lose money a lot quicker. We're at 140 right now. I'm going to switch back to the dozens to keep playing. So my furthest away was down here. So we're going to keep that going. And there we go. We hit. So further this one and the third dozen. Yeah, this is a strategy I really enjoy playing. And you know what? I love when you let me know what your strategies are, because I want to test them on this channel. I haven't had too many people write in and let me know. So if you have a strategy that you like the most, let me know in the comments and I'm going to play it. I can't wait to do that and test it out, and we'll give you a shout out and everything. So put it into the comments and I can't wait. All right, so there we go. We lost again here. So we're going to do the first and the last, and we're going to double it twice. And let's see where we hit. All right, so see, there was a hit here in the middle. I'm not going to chase that loss. I'm just going to go back to that and start over again. We were at 160 was our highest. I recommended getting out at 100. That would be my stop loss if it were me, but everybody's different on what they like. So we're going to do first, last to hit, furthest to hit. And there we go. There's another win. We're at $100. Again, time to get out. When you get to that $100, just call it a day. Anytime you can leave up, you are doing well. All right, so first to hit, last. There we go. And there's a win. We're at 120 right now. And there's a loss. So what I'll do is that and double it up twice and then go again. And a loss. So we're back down to $20. So as you can see, this isn't a long-term strategy. It's not one that you're going to win on all the time when you do it long-term. But I like it for just some fun playing, and you just keep going up and up. I haven't dipped into the negative really. And another way, with using this method of doubling up is just kind of going with what you feel. That could be like a fun way, but it's not a great recommendation way because, if we go with our gut, sometimes it's just, it doesn't turn out to be good. All right, we're at $60 and we're going to keep this going and we're going to do it here. And you know what? Thank you so much for being part of our community. We are seeing lots of growth on the channel. I just doubled for no reason. But I hit it so good. And one of my goals with this channel is to actually go in real life to a place and play and show these strategies. And I don't want to do that without, having a backup plan. I like to do it with the money generated from the channel. But I can't wait to do that. And we can only do that when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're seeing this and you think that would be fun, I would love for you to join in and be part of that. All right, so there we go. There's another hit. We're at 110 now. We're going to do it again, first and last. And I've done this strategy before, and literally every time I play this, I come away with profit. I'm not saying that you're going to do that because obviously it's never guaranteed, but I do really enjoy this system. I really do. And I know I'm playing on a simulator, but it works when I do it and not on a simulator as well. There we go. So we're at 120 now, first and last to hit. And we're going to keep this going. All right, there we go. There's another one. So first and last, we're going to play it again. We're at 130 right now. If we miss this, we'll be back down to 110, but no, we're not. We're at 140. Sometimes when I hit like 4 times in a row on one, I get superstitious and I just throw it and I just abandon my strategy completely and I just do it like that and boom. Good thing I did. All right. So we are 150 so far. We've got about 5 minutes left on the timer. We're going to try this again. And there's another hit. So let's do first and last again. We're going to try it again. And there we go. There's a hit. And so we're going to do that. And we're going to double it twice. Hopefully we hit here. And we did. So we're at 180 now. And when you do that, you reset back to regular first and last. And we're going to do it again. And there we go. We're at 190 total, which is incredible. This is a great little system. It's one of my favorites. And we're at 170 because we just lost. That was a 00. So what happens on that is just keep it the same. And I like to double it twice. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but sometimes it really works out. So we're at 210 right now. We're going to do first and last to hit again. And boom, there's another one. So that one and that one now. We're at 220, and there's another double zero. All right, rebet, double twice. Hopefully we hit it here. If not, we're going to be down. We are down. And so what I do is I just reset and do it. But again, if you get out when you're ahead, this isn't going to be a big money maker. It's not a YOLO where you put all the money on one section, but it's definitely a get out when you feel comfortable. And for me, that number is between $50 and $100. I've said that a few times. Right now we're at 140. I would certainly be out at this point if it were me, and take that money and go do something else with it, or go scale down your units and play with the $1 levels. And then you can spend all night at the casino having fun, just playing what you want to play with that 130. Sometimes you can find a virtual machine that the minimum bets are $3. That would be great. And the point of this channel too, I wanted to talk about it a little bit, is that I like to test strategies I see. I'm not promoting these strategies as ones that will always work. I just like to take the ones that popular YouTubers are doing, seeing how they work when I put them to the test, and trying them out myself. With roulette, every spin is individual. You're never going to win long-term at this game. If you would, then the casino wouldn't have it as a game. It's just the nature of how it works. So I'm not going to pretend that you're always going to come ahead. Oh, I bet way too high on that by mistake, but it paid off. 230. That's what happens when you talk and walk at the same time. 3 minutes left to go. And you know what? I see some people talking in the comments of others being like, oh, that's not a real strategy. I don't know he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, it's roulette, guys. Like, it's never going to be easy. You're never going to fully win if you play this game long term. But if we can get you a little bit of a strategy to get in there cooking, make $50 to $100, I consider that a win. And that's what I like to do here, is examine the strategy. So if that's something that you think that you like, why don't you hit the subscribe button and join the family, and be part of what we're doing here, and join a community who enjoys the game of roulette. It's not a lot of people in the world that truly enjoy this game enough to watch a YouTube video about it. All right, so we're at 250. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what we can do. Sometimes what I like to do too, when I'm just playing on my own, is imagine what the next hit is going to be, and then I just load it up. I just load it up with singles all over it. So let's just pretend the third dozen's going to hit. I like to just go around it and do this and that, and go all through it, and just see what we can do, and just do it all. And then blah, 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 and then maybe double it. I know that's $100 bet. Sometimes it's fun. If it hits in there, we're golden. But if it doesn't, then we're not. All right, so that was kind of dumb. But sometimes I like to take the profit and do that, because had it have hit in there, well, we would have had a nice little jackpot on that. Okay, so there's a first and a middle. But had I stuck to it, we would have been out of here. We could have walked away with 200, and there's another hit on the far one. And as you can see, we're back down to 30. And that's with the game of roulette. When you let emotions take over, or you just keep it going too long, you'll deplete your entire bankroll. That's why you got to always set your stop and when you want to get out, and just put a limit on your fun. You know what I mean? You get what you get, and be happy with it, and walk away. All right, we've got about 40 seconds left. Let's do another YOLO with the 40 seconds we have left. Let's just go all over just for fun. I love the double zero. I love the double zeros. All right. And okay, let's, and then we'll double it and give her a spin, see what happens. And boom, I still lost though. So that's the end of the first strategy here on Roulette Strategy King. That's one of the games I like to play, that first and last to hit. Here's one that I like to do for a quick $50. but you got to risk a lot to do it. It's the double streets. What I like to do is just pick 5 of them, and you're risking $250. So this isn't for everyone, but it is a quick way to get $50. You spin it once and boom, there you go. $50, walk away and do it. Of course you're risking, but we're going to keep doing it. See how many times we can get in a row. So this is an easy way to double your money up just because it hits so often. We're at $100 right now. I certainly would recommend walking away once you get to 100 because then boom, negative 150 right there. I'm going to go. Have a great day. Click that video next.